Taking a look at the grid for the Austrian Grand Prix, Lewis Hamilton took pole position by a mere 28 hundredths of a second, fueling his chances of getting the win tomorrow. With a week of Hamilton trying to cut out small distractions and events to focus more on races, he'll be more than happy with pole position today. Sebastian Vettel lines up in second alongside the Brit, boosting his already high confidence within his new Ferrari team, but also for the chance of the race win tomorrow. Although Nico Rosberg put his Mercedes directly behind his teammate in third, he said that he's disappointed with not only his results, but the general team, saying the morale is incredibly low. Once again, Massa outqualifies his teammate Bottas, with the pair of them in 4th and 5th places. Romain Grosjean put in an impressive performance to put his Lotus in 6th, with Daniel Ricciardo, the lone Red Bull in qualifying 3, putting his car in 7th. A good qualifying from the Force India boys sees Hülkenberg in 8th position, with Perez in 10th, with the only Toro Rosso with Carlos Sainz sitting between the two Force Indias. The big questions going into tomorrow's race are, can Mercedes start gaining some consistency, or will Ferrari continue with their good form this season? Let's find out in the Austrian Grand Prix.
What's going on, guys? Aarava here. Welcome back to my F1 Ultra Mod career. We're back with episode number 8 today for the Austrian Grand Prix. We are nearly halfway through this season, which is absolutely bonkers to me. Obviously 19 races, so there's not actually an actual race that's halfway through, so we're near enough to halfway through, which is absolutely bonkers. And thank you guys so much for the support so far on this series. I say it pretty much every week now, but it is so true. It's just always awesome to see that you guys are looking forward to this every single week on a Monday night, and it's just awesome to see. So thank you very much. But we're back here for Austria. Right now we've got a good commanding lead in the championship, if you did not know. If you haven't seen the previous episode, the Canadian Grand Prix, it was a very, very tasty one. Went right down to the wire. I recommend you go see it if you have missed it. Episode number 7 of the Canadian Grand Prix. But now we're here for number 8. Austria, as I said, we've got quite a good commanding lead. We've just got to keep the momentum going. At the moment, the ball has very much swung towards Ferrari. We've had those 2 really solid races at Monaco and then Canada. Can we keep it going here at Austria? Obviously, Mercedes have been lagging behind. They've been talking about the consistency, and they just keep on getting, you know, kind of into altercations. You know, either Hamilton or Rosberg crash with one another, or other cars, or one of them retires. It's all been very, very up and down for them. Whereas here at Ferrari, it's been a stable boat of consistency here at the Prancing Horse garage here for me and Sebastian as well. And right now we're picking up the pace in our race pace, both of us, and it's coming at the best time possible. So can we do it again here at Austria? I guess we'll see today. Let's not waste any more time. Let's go to the grid for the Austrian Grand Prix. My teammate Sebastian Vettel in 2nd place. I, as ever, am P20. Let's go. Let's see what happens in this Grand Prix. So for the 8th time this season, here we are in P20, and there is the entire grid looking towards those 5 red lights for the Austrian Grand Prix. 71 laps ahead of us. Let's see who's going to win today. Hamilton versus Vettel into turn 1. We are off. There we are in P20 right at the back, chasing down the Manor cars into turn 1. We're going to have to take it nice and cautiously. Obviously, realistic damage, as ever, is going to be a factor. We go a little bit wide into turn 1 here, along with Stevens there. So we've actually stayed in P20, but now down the back, straight up the hill. There is a hairpin right at the end, so hopefully we'll be able to make some positions there. But there we go, right past Stevens. Not much of an issue there, obviously. In a straight line, the Ferrari should have him there. And actually, I forgot to note that we're on the prime tyres compared to the super softs option tyres, the rest of the grid. But we go through. We nearly get pinched there by Kvyat and Verstappen, so we're actually back down to 19th place. We're going to have to re-overtake Stevens. But yeah, on the prime tyres, the yellow wall tyres, so we might be a little bit slower in the corners actually than some of these cars up ahead. So we're going to try and overtake Stevens here up into 18th place. Carbon fibre again there on the track, so someone up ahead has lost their front wing. More carbon fibre I could see there, and there it is, a Toro Rosso without his front wing. I can't tell who it is, Verstappen or Sainz, but one of them has lost their front wing. So we're right behind Kvyat now, chasing down the second Toro Rosso. I can't quite tell. I think that might be Verstappen up ahead. I think Sainz is the one who's lost his front wing there. We're going to chase down the Red Bull. No damage done to our car, fortunately, but it could have been close because the entire grid basically got pinched up there in that hairpin corner at the back straight up the hill. So that was very, very close indeed. But now chasing down Danica Fiat. Hopefully we can get him. Obviously the Ferrari engine versus that Renault engine shouldn't be too much of an issue, one would think. And we're on to lap 2. Maldonado in P12 we can see. At the moment I can't quite see at the very top of the minimap, but I think Hamilton is still in the lead of the Grand Prix and Vettel is in second, unfortunately, for our team. Obviously, you know, he is my rival sort of with my teammate in the other Ferrari car, but I would like him to do well in this Grand Prix as well. But now we've gotten to lap 3 now in 17th place, still chasing down Fiat. We haven't actually managed to close up on him until now. We've got a little bit of contact there, and I think that was Romain Grosjean in the background who's out of the Grand Prix seemingly. There was a car parked up on the left, looked like a Lotus car, but we're up in 16th place. But as I was saying, we couldn't actually catch up to Fiat on that second lap there. We struggled, but now there's been a bit of a kerfuffle here. There's 4 cars here. We've lost a little bit of our front wing there. There's a huge little pile up there of the Force India and the Toro Rosso. Looks like Hulkenberg's lost his front wing, and also the Toro Rosso there got caught up in it, and that meant the 4 cars got bunched up. We've lost a bit of our end plate on the left-hand side, so that's going to maybe factor into some understeer. Already they're actually understeering a little bit on that left-hander, but that meant we closed up to the pack a little bit. But Fiat still ahead of us in 13th place, but we're up into 14th place now, so 4 places off some points. So again, the realistic damage in this case is helping us get some places. But Hamilton sets up, wait, what on earth was that? There was a car parked up, and now we're up into 13th place. What on earth was that? Was that Verstappen? Looked like Verstappen was parked up there on the left-hand side, and now 2 more cars parked up in turn 1, so we're up to P9 now. As I was just about to say, Hamilton set the fast lap of the Grand Prix, so Hamilton's absolutely flying up ahead, but we're now into the points seemingly. So 3 cars out of the Grand Prix, and now the safety car has been deployed. So quite a manic Austrian Grand Prix so far. I don't know what on earth has been going on with the entire grid, but crashes galore, and we're up into P9 now behind Felipe Nasr. So 2 cars out into turn 1. Verstappen there looked like crashed into the final corner or something like that, but he's still behind me, so maybe he just really slowed down and nearly hit the wall there. But either way, we're up to 19th place, and only 15 runners so far, so that's 5 runners out of the Grand Prix. Hamilton still very much in the lead. You can see in the mini-map the yellow dot is Vettel, so Vettel is in 2nd place, and I'm assuming with Hamilton setting faster laps, he's got to be there in 1st place. But a safety car right now, so we're just taking it nice and easy. Obviously just keeping the tyres nice and warm, weaving a little bit, especially on the main straight. We'll weave a lot more, try and keep temperature in. But then as we cut later on to the restart of the safety car, it's not been a great restart for us though, to be honest. As you can see, Max Verstappen now right up our gearbox as we've got a poor entry into turn 1. So we have to watch out as we go up the hill climb. There he is, still in the mirrors. And look at him, he's just trying to size up a move here, maybe into the hairpin, but he thinks better of it. But up ahead, Nasr makes a move down the inside of Alonso, cutting the corner there a little bit, Nasr. But Alonso moves down to 8th place, but let's talk about that. Alonso in 8th place. Well, he's doing very, very good for him. And look at that. Look, he's pulling away from us on this little back straight. What on earth have they done to that Honda engine, McLaren? I wonder if they've got any power unit upgrades, because he actually pulled away from us, and he's pulling away from us again. Look at that. I think there must be an issue with our tyres. I think maybe the prime tyres are really not working very well for us right now at the moment. Maybe they're a bit cold. I didn't maybe do a good enough job in the safety car period, because Alonso, look, he's actually keeping up and actually pulling away from us in the corners, which is absolutely just bonkers. But Verstappen, we've got to also focus on him, because he's closing up and he's still very much behind us, right up our gearbox. You can see him in the right mirror there, very much still trying to size up a move. And now, oh god, we hit the bump there on the entry to the corner. We've gone wide, slowed our car down, and Verstappen has taken us for 9th place, so we're down to 10th. So what on earth is going on right now? We have got such slow pace off the restart of the safety car. I think really we did an absolutely shocking job at heating up the tyres, heating up pretty much everything that could be heating up on our car in the safety car period, because we're just dropping time right now onto lap 8, and Verstappen has got a second ahead of us. So we're just dropping down the order right now. In 10th place, Rossi is in 11th, and look at him. We can actually see him in our mirrors in the distance there. Again, we've gone wide on the exit of the last corner. Right now, all is not well for me in my camp. Up ahead, Sebastian Vettel, my teammate, is going okay, but right now I'm struggling to find some time and find some pace here on the exit of that corner again, weaving our car. We can see Verstappen going to fight with Button, I think that is. Yes, it is Button without a front wing there, so going very slowly. Thankfully, we overtake him then for 9th place, but look at that, Verstappen again pulling time from us. And now on lap 10, you can see I put on the option tyre pit call, basically, to tell my team I want to go into the option tyres, because look at that, again, on the exit of the corner, we lose the back end, and we lost more time, and look at, I can't even see Verstappen. This is absolutely ridiculous. Verstappen is nowhere to be seen, and he only overtook us a few laps ago, and he's just gallivanted off into the distance, 4.1 seconds ahead of us. The prime tyres are absolutely shit at this point. They're working like, it's kind of like Mercedes in real life in Singapore, where their tyres just wouldn't switch on. Exactly the same thing is happening to our Ferrari car right now at Austria. Look at this, Grosjean trying to overtake me. I have to go defensive on the inside, something I've not had to do this entire season, and the tyres just don't want to work. And look on the exit, Grosjean with a perfect traction there with the option tyres, the Red Bull Super Softs. He goes right round the outside of us for 9th place. We're back down to 10th, back down ahead of Rossi just about, and Rossi is still very much there, closing up on us in our mirrors. This is absolute disaster right now. We have to switch onto the options, because look at that, Rossi is actually closing up on us. That's when you know things have gone bad, when Alexander Rossi, the American in the Manor car, can close up on us. Yep, it's time to go into the option tyres. Maybe about 10 laps too early for us in this Grand Prix, but I had to do something. It was getting woefully embarrassing right now, losing so much time with the prime tyres. So right now, we're going to go to the end on option tyres. We're going to convert to, I think our team wanted us to do a 2-stop. We're going to have to do a 3-stop here, but all the tyres from now on are going to be option tyres, because it's very clear to me, at least, I think that's the right call, that it's very clear the prime tyres clearly aren't working around Austria very well here. Unfortunately there, with the pit stop phases, Rossi managed to overtake us there as well. So we're actually behind Rossi now, so that went from bad to worse. So we're in P13 at the moment, so third last at the moment, but we'll make it up, hopefully, with these option tyres. We're already closing up on Rossi now on the end towards the middle part of lap 11. Hopefully, we can just get him here. And right now, the tyres are feeling a lot better. You can see the grip levels are much better. We've closed up on Rossi straight away, but look at this. He's actually parking the bus quite a lot there. He's on prime tyres, so he's going very slowly, as I just, showed. The prime tyres aren't very good. Obviously, cold tyres as well, and the American is holding us up a little bit here. They really want to get past him. Can we just slip it on the right hander here, down the inside? Yes, we can, before the turn even comes up, and we're up into 12th place now, thankfully. Now we've got clean air ahead of us. We can just kind of charge on and see, look, through the last corner, look at the grip levels we have there with the option tyres compared to the prime tyres, where we completely just understeered left off this circuit. So I think this was definitely the right call. I think at the moment, we'll see how it ends up. We're up into P11 now. Someone else pits. I believe that was probably Stevens. So now the next target, Romain Grosjean, can we close back up to him and re-overtake him? He got us very, very easily into the second sector previously on the last few laps. So can we try and close up on him and try and re-overtake him here on the option tyres? Cutting later on the Grand Prix, on to lap 13. As you can see, we're setting green lap times now, 111s now. We were previously only setting 112s on the prime tyres. So just showing the option tyres are definitely the way to go, and slowly we're closing up on Grosjean. Only 3.6 the gap is right now between me and him, so we're slowly closing down that time. We can actually see him there going to that hairpin. So right now I'm feeling like the option tyres were the better choice, really, the better option, if you will, if you don't mind the pun. And we're going to close up on Grosjean and hopefully start to set some purple lap times, because I believe, if we look at the actual mini map and we see Sebastian Vettel having no issue keeping up with Mercedes, the Ferrari car is not a bad car around Austria. It will suit the car because it's got good straight line speed. Austria, obviously a power circuit. The Ferrari engine, we know, is not a bad engine this season, so there's no kind of excuses why I shouldn't be closing up. And now on lap 16 we are closing up, and we're within about 1 second, I would say, to Grosjean now, and we're going to try and overtake him, obviously, into the second sector. We're going to gain some time through these corners, and probably will get DRS by the pit straight, I'm going to guess. So through the left-hander, understeering a little bit there, but that's just a little bit of niggling understeer with my setup here. I've never been too fond of Austria, to be honest. It's not been my fastest circuit, and I generally quite understeer quite a lot in the second sector there, but the option tyres are giving us some good lap times now. So on lap 17 now, through into turn 1, we can see Grosjean up ahead getting held up by, I think that's a Sauber. Yes, it is. It's Nasser and Grosjean going very slowly, and now we've made a double overtake for 8th place. Nasser, I think, without a front wing, so Grosjean got held up behind him. So we're up into 8th place now, right behind Fernando Alonso, who is 4.4 seconds ahead of us. So He's in the McLaren Honda. I'm in the Ferrari. It shouldn't be too much of an issue, hopefully, to close up on him and try and get that 7th place in the next few laps. But that's a nice double overtake there on lap 17. But on lap 18, no, the Frenchman has other ideas. Romain Grosjean coming right back at us onto lap 19, indeed. He's going to try and make a move down the inside. We have better braking into that corner. Gone a little bit wide there. A little bit of oversteer, but no harm done. We've stayed in 8th place. And now we've got Carlos Sainz coming out the pits there in the Toro Rosso up into 7th place. Sainz was the one who broke his front wing early in the Grand Prix, I think it was. So he's done pretty well to get up into 7th place, actually. So now in the middle of lap 19, trying to chase down Sainz, but he's actually getting away from us here. And Grosjean, again, is still very much behind us, sticking behind us. So we don't really have the pace at the moment. We've lost the car. What on earth was that? That was an absolute mare. We went a little bit wide on the gravel part, lost the car, did a half spin across the circuit. We're down to 10th place, and now, oh dear, the tyres are too hot for us to get some traction, and we've just about now got back onto progress onto the track, and we're down into 10th place now. Verstappen overtaking us, and on lap 20 we've locked up horribly on the right tyre, going wide, and yet again losing some more time. And now we've got Jenson Button, I think that is, overtaking us in the McLaren Honda. That is just embarrassing. That is a very poor first turn, as we're still dealing with the tyres being a little bit too hot. We tried to make a dive move down the inside. We're going to try and pinch Jenson into the apex, but that's not worked at all, and he's got away from us with DRS. Hopefully we can try and close back on him, but look at that, he's getting away from us. What has McLaren upgraded the engine, or has the Ferrari engine just got shit this race? Because the McLarens are actually able to get away from us on the main straights. I don't know what on earth this is going on at the moment. Vettel has seemingly had no issues with this because he's keeping up with the Mercedes, so I don't know what on earth is going on with my car, but we can't keep up with the frickin' McLaren in straight line. I thought those prime tyres were all to blame for our poor pace at the beginning of this Grand Prix, but clearly something is going very wrong in the back of my Ferrari at the moment, because we just don't have the pace. And oh no, our electronic system shut down. We're stuck in neutral. And that is our race over. Can we find first gear? I think we're trying to find first gear here. Our electronic system's on the whack now. We found first gear. Can we hobble back to the pits maybe? Can the Ferrari team maybe kickstart our engine again? Our car's gone back into neutral now, later on into the lap.
We have a car problem. We're going to have to box this lap. I'm afraid that's going to be the end of our race.
There we go. We're still neutral. Our electronic system's just bumping us in and out of neutral in first gear. We found first gear again, but we're going to have to hobble back to the pits. And after such a poor Grand Prix up to that point, I knew something was wrong. And the entire time our electronic system for our engine was out whack. And now we have to retire, guys. What an absolute calamity there for us. That is so disappointing. That's so disappointing for me, the team. We've had to retire the car, save the engine, obviously. The electronic system's completely kaput. We have to save the engine for the next few races, obviously. We're only allowed 5 in the season, so we have to make sure it is all safe. So the team have retired me. Sebastian Vettel, our teammate, had no issues, thankfully. He finished up in 2nd place. Lewis Hamilton got the win, so that is huge for his season back on track. Nico Rosberg was actually out of the Grand Prix. He crashed earlier, So for the championship, that makes things very, very interesting because it still means I have a lead in the championship due to our consistency in the first part of the season. So we're still in first place with 121 points. Sebastian Vettel now jumps up to second place with 107. Rosberg stays third with 94 points there. Hamilton jumps up with 73 points now, so that's really kick-started his season once more, and he's probably going to hope that he's going to keep the momentum there from that win in Austria. But for the constructors, Vettel's still done the job there. We did have quite a few points, obviously, with the 2-1-2s we got in Monaco and Canada. So that still means we're very much in first place in the constructors. We can see also in the drivers, Massa there in 5th and 6th. So the Williams still very much sort of there, but they're sort of starting to drop off in performance. Since Bahrain, they still haven't been able to keep up with any of the other cars ahead of them. But yeah, that's been a very annoying Grand Prix today. The car has let us down, unfortunately. We've been so consistent so far. The car and me have been so in tune so far this season to get up into first place in the championship, but you know what, these things happen sometimes in a season, and I guess hopefully this is our one little DNF of the season, our one little blip, and we can continue on strong for the next Grand Prix, guys. But anyway, guys, if you did enjoy that episode, smash that like button. It'd be absolutely awesome. We'll try and get over 1,500 likes, guys, again for this episode. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you're new around here, then do subscribe for weekly Formula 1 videos and other racing content. I've been aarava. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you guys next time.